Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called Why Do Grown Folks Behave in Such a Manner? Yes, yes, this is about these grown folks that talk, that say stuff to you because of something that they heard. They never met you before or nothing like that. These are those internet gangsters, or trolls, or whatever you want to call them. You know, when they'll find a subject and that pertains to you, and they would start in on you, and they hate you. The way they type it in there, they really hate you, and they don't even know you. You know, now keep in mind, most of them are at home. They're stuck there at home. They can't do nothing but sit on the internet and you know, check everybody's videos out and stuff like that. They check everybody's videos and they make comments that are way off base, way off, you know, and they stand by it too. Because and it's with the emails too, because I you of course y'all know I have a business, and it's called Mask and Tape Treasures. My Mask and Tape Treasures. Some people would email me and they would ask me to make them a certain item, okay? But the item that they want me to make them is very explicit, okay? So I tell them, no, I can't do that. They say, well, I'll pay you this much money and stuff like that. I said, I don't care how much money that you're gonna pay me to make this. I don't make stuff like that, you know. And I just don't. I don't make stuff like that. I tell them, I show them what I can make on my website. So that's it, But they get outrageous with the requests that they have. They really do. Like I told them, I said, find somebody else to make it then, they act like I really need that they money. I'll go to any length to make them money. No, I'm doing art, my art. You know, I won't do stuff like that. Then they leave you comments like on a video you make or something like that, and they really hate you. They really have hate in their heart, you know. But I don't argue with them. I don't argue with them because everybody got the right to their own opinions. But when they get too carried away, I know how to block them, I'll just block them. But these internet gangsters, they need to stop this, man, because they are grown. Most of them are grown, like in their 30s or 40s or something like that. 40s, 50s, even some 60-year-olds. Yes, there is 60 years old. They'll leave you a comment behind that computer, which they've been on for the last 17 hours or something like that. Sedentary, sitting down on the couch, just typing away, typing away. Why do adults behave in such a manner? You know, it puzzles me. It really puzzles me of why do they behave in such a manner? Like I know I'm a nice guy, you know. And I know I'm a straight and narrow guy, you know. But why do people try to make you be out of a monster? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'll address them. Maybe if they leave me a bad comment or something like that, I just like their comments. I just like. That's it. I don't respond, you know. Like some I do respond to, you know, but I never curse them out. That's what they want, I guess. They want me to go off, you know, start going off and stuff like that. But that's not me. That's not me. I've never been like that, you know. Like if I tell when I tell stories about my past and stuff like that, that's in the past. Totally in the past. So I tell stories about my past so you can get to know how I got where I am today. But that slips right past them. And they say, you's a dirty dog, you dirty dog. Start talking about how dirty I am. But this was over 30 or 40 years ago. 30 or 40 years ago when I tell this story, you know. And I'm sure everybody got some things that they done that they thought was less desirable. Okay? Back in the day. Back in the day. Now, you know, a lot of people can't come up here and tell them they had a squeaky clean life. Especially when they get 50 years old, they can't tell you that everything they done in their life was straight and narrow. You can't. But these internet gangsters, they think they are above everybody. They think they're above everybody. They think they're high and mighty, you know. But it's not, man. It's not like that, you know. Because, man, this stuff got to stop. And I just try to dig into their minds, what they thinking of or something like that. Because I have a lot of empathy for people, you know. When people come lash out at me, I try to think, why are they lashing at me? What did I say? What did I do? What did I do to make them so upset with me? You know? That's the way I do. Instead of lashing out at them, I try to think, what did I do to this certain person? And that's the way I address them. Like if they say I did something or something, I say, well, this was a long time ago. Why are you mad at me from telling something from a long time ago? What you think is now? You think somebody gonna keep doing that? If I would have kept doing things like that, I would be in jail by now. Help me understand, you know? But there are people out here that do that. Maybe somebody's obese. They sitting back behind the computer because they can't get out the house. Maybe it's a drunk person that typing anything, you know. I've had them too. I've had them too. I had them. They had to be high off something that they just type anything, you know. Bad grammar and the words are spelled wrong and everything, and they're trying to put me down, you know. But I'm gonna let y'all know it ain't nothing that you can put in my comment section or anything or my email or anything that can put me down, that can put me down. Nothing. Yeah, you may try, but hey, you won't succeed, because if you keep doing it over and over, I'll just block you. That's all. It's no need for arguing, you know. No need for raising my blood pressure and arguing and stuff like that. It's no need for that. Just that's it. But it's got to be to the extreme before I come to that, because I don't block people for nothing, But they have to really get out of line. So if you one of them, I feel for you. And if you are doing that, get up and get out and do something. Get outside, get out and run, or get out and have a brisk walk. Get out and walk. Get out and talk to people, you know. Get out and interact with other people. Then maybe you won't be harboring so much malice in your heart. Because when you do that to other people, it comes back on you. And you probably can't handle it at all. If somebody attacked you like that, you would go off. You would fly off the handle. So, I don't know. Well, that's it. That's it with my rant on this right here. But I just was trying to figure out what makes grown folks behave in such a manner. You know? What makes them behave in such a manner? To where they neglect their own family. They got loved ones and family and stuff that they could be talking to, that they can be interacting with. And they're sitting here on a computer typing away for hours on end. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share it with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Peace. Adios.
Salamat po.